Greetings and welcome to the Beauty Out of Mire channel. My name is Reverend Dr. Fidela Dabaraza, also known as Frazila Miracles Mom. And I'm very excited to have you tune in to the Beauty Out of Mire channel. If this conversation blesses your heart, kindly like, subscribe, and share it with someone who believes that every child deserves a future. Today, our lesson is titled, Raising a Child, Building a Future. And when you are raising a child, and especially one with neurodevelopmental disorders, it is very easy to become consumed by today's crisis, today's therapy, today's school, today's meltdown, today's medication, today's bill, today's exhaustion, today's convulsion, and all that. And again, all those things matter. But beyond today, there is also a future. A child is not just a condition to manage. A child is a life to nurture. A child is not just a set of needs. A child is a person with possibilities. A child is not just a diagnosis. A child is a future being formed day by day. And sometimes the future can feel frightening because it is uncertain. And parents may wonder, will my child speak? Will my child learn? Will my child work? Will my child be safe? Will my child be independent? Who will care for my child when I am gone? And these questions are real. We should not minimize them. But we must also remember that futures are built one support at a time, one skill at a time, one routine at a time, and one therapy session at a time, one patient teacher at a time, and one informed caregiver at a time, one inclusive classroom at a time, and one safe church at a time, one compassionate community at a time, and one working policy at a time. Now, for neurodivergent children and youth, progress may not always look like society expects it to be. It may not always be fast. It may not always be academic. It may not always be loud or dramatic. Sometimes progress is a child learning to communicate a need. Sometimes it is a child tolerating a new environment. Sometimes it's a child feeding more independently. And sometimes it is a child joining a group, and especially a group activity for the first time. Sometimes it is a child sleeping better. Sometimes it's a child regulating emotions more safely. And sometimes it is a child making a friend. It could be a parent understanding their child more deeply. And sometimes it is a teacher learning how to teach differently, accommodating every child in the class. So small progress is still progress. And when we only celebrate big milestones, we miss the beauty of quiet growth. Building a future means asking better questions. Don't always ask what is wrong, but begin to ask, what can this child not do? What can this child learn with the right support? Don't ask, why are they not able to do? But ask, how do we build a meaningful life for them? How do we, help them and prepare them for tomorrow? And that's the reason why at Beauty Out of Mire, our heartbeat is captured in the words, empowering change, nurturing growth, unleashing potential, and elevating futures. That is not just a slogan. It is a call to action. Empowering change means we challenge stigma, we challenge ignorance, we challenge exclusion, and we challenge hopelessness. Because we can be able to help and work with these children. Nurturing growth means we celebrate every step, however small, and unleashing potential means we refuse to define children only by their limitations. Elevating futures means we build pathways where children and youth with neurodevelopmental disorders can live with dignity. They can live with support and can live with possibility. But no parent can build this alone. Children need families that are supported, schools that are prepared, churches that are welcoming, and therapists and professionals who are accessible. Communities that are compassionate, policies that are implemented, leaders who understand that disability, and especially disability inclusion and accessibility, is not optional, and societies that stop hiding children and start investing in them day to day. And therefore, parents, I want to say this: do not despise small beginnings. Your child's journey may look different, but different does not mean hopelessness. To caregivers, your labor is not in vain. And for you teachers, your patience can unlock a child's confidence. And to worship communities, your welcome can restore a family's trust. To relatives, your understanding can reduce a parent's burden. Leaders, your decisions can open or close futures. And to every child and youth with neurodevelopmental disorders, I want to let you know that you matter. Your life has beauty. Your future deserves support. You are not a burden to be hidden. You are a life to be nurtured. And therefore know that you are loved deeply. And today, I want us to remember this. The goal is not merely to talk about disability. The goal is to change how children live, how families are supported, how schools respond, how churches welcome, how communities think, and how societies build futures. And together, we are able to develop and nurture a culture that is inclusive and accessible. That is how beauty rises out of the mire. Not by denying the struggle, not by pretending the journey is easy, but by choosing to see, to support, to include, and to believe again. Thank you very much for joining me on this. Thank you very much for joining me for this Beauty Out of Mire channel series. Thank you very much for joining me on the Beauty Out of Mire channel. And keep it beautiful right here. Until next time, like, subscribe, and share. God bless you.